How has the term mulatto evolved over time? Have you ever wondered how the term mulatto has changed throughout history? Let's take a closer look at its journey, especially in the context of Southwest Europe. The term mulatto originally referred to individuals of mixed European and African ancestry. It specifically described someone with one white parent and one black parent. This usage began during the colonial period, when European powers like Spain and Portugal made significant contact with Africa and the Americas. In those times, mulatto was part of a larger system of racial classification. This system aimed to categorize people based on their ancestry and skin color. As time went on, the definition of mulatto became broader and less specific. In some areas, it began to describe anyone with any detectable African ancestry, regardless of the exact proportion. This shift reflects the influence of the one-drop rule, where even a small amount of African heritage was enough to classify someone as non-white. In different contexts, especially in census records, mulatto could include individuals of mixed European, African, and Indigenous American descent. This shows how the term sometimes served as a catch-all for various mixed-race identities. The social and legal structures of the time closely tied to the use of mulatto played a significant role in shaping people's lives. In colonial Southwest Europe and its territories, those classified as mulatto often held a middle status. They were positioned between white Europeans and enslaved Africans. This middle status could bring certain privileges, such as greater freedom or access to education, compared to those of full African descent. However, it still excluded them from the full rights of white society. Over generations, the experiences of mulatto communities contributed to unique social dynamics and cultural expressions in regions like Spain, Portugal, and their former colonies. As ideas about race and identity evolved, especially in the 20th century, the term mulatto started to fall out of favor. Today, it is often seen as outdated and even offensive in many contexts. This is largely due to its roots in colonial racial hierarchies and the stigma attached to mixed ancestry. In contemporary Southwest Europe, discussions about mixed race identity tend to use more neutral or inclusive language. This shift reflects broader social changes and a move away from rigid racial categories. Looking at the evolution of mulatto from the perspective of Southwest Europe, we can see how colonial history, migration, and changing social attitudes have shaped the way people understand race and identity. While the term itself is rarely used today, its legacy remains visible in the region's cultural diversity and ongoing conversations about heritage and belonging. For anyone interested in family history or local heritage, understanding the historical use of mulatto can help clarify old records and the complex social realities of the past.